My name's Ruth Davey and I'm a shoemaker. And the workshop is 20 metres from the sea and it's just so idyllic, it's so quiet, it's really inspirational. So I went to college and studied art and design, and it kind of led on from there because I met Alan Rudden, who's been an established shoemaker in my local area, and he wanted to take on an apprentice with an art-based background, so I kind of stepped up and decided to do it, and 5 years later it's kind of grown from that, really. Well, the first thing really is that people send their measurements so you can get an idea of the shape of their foot and where they might need somewhere building up. So the first thing to do is to establish the patterns and the lasts and what you need to do. So to do that, you send out a pair of shoes to try on for a fitting, and then you talk on the phone about where they fit, where they need to be adjusted. They might need 0.5 centimetre more on one foot in the length, or built up on the metatarsal arches, or various adjustments. And then the hardest part normally is where they choose the colour, because there's so many different colours, so they have to choose the lining and the upper and the stitching and the colour of the eyelets, and then you go ahead and make a pair and make up the patterns and then cut out the leather and skive it, and all the shoes are fully lined, so they've got double strength compared to a lot of shoes. They're fully lined in suede normally, so it's extra soft as well. And the process really is like clockwork, because everything has to be done for the next part of the process. So if you don't hammer down some stitching, then it's going to affect the next part of the process. So all the different parts come together at the end, which is what's nice about it, really. The polishing takes a whole day, pretty much, and the finishing up and making sure you haven't left any marks where you've drawn on the leather or anything. It's a nice process, and making them for each person as well, is, especially when you get to meet the person, it's nice because you can get to know their feet and you can concentrate on their pair, which is the importance of it all, really. So many shoes are designed to be thrown away. So lots of shoes are made so that the soles wear out, and the thing about my shoes is that they can be repairable and come back 10 years later and have the shoes resoled and polished up, and they look as, they're made from leather, they last forever, hopefully. I think one of the hardest things is being able to sell yourself, because you have to kind of sell a part of yourself to sell your shoes somehow. You have to blow your own trumpet, don't you? Making the shoes is the nice part. I'd like somebody else to do all that other stuff for me. I like the craft. I like actually sitting there and making the shoes. It's quite a slow process. You've got to be a bit of a perfectionist to do it, I think. I've had to learn how to really measure down to the 0.5 millimetre. It makes all the difference. You have to have patience, a lot of patience, and a lot of perfectionism. Yeah, something to learn. I think that's it. Don't know.